Hi everybody, very welcome to Mentor and yet another video podcast. As always, I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. Today on the video, guys, my 6 favorite aviation YouTubers. These are YouTubers whose, when their videos comes up in my YouTube feed, I almost always click on them. And today I'm going to tell you why.
Wind 31016, everyone right, right on right. Third land, 31 right. Delta 260.
Alright my friends, now I am well aware that there are literally thousands of great aviation YouTube channels out there, and so I am not saying that these channels that I'm going to be showing you today are the best channels. I'm just saying that these are the ones that I tend to watch whenever their videos comes up, okay? And I'm betting that if you check these ones out, you will probably too. So I am not going to list this as from like the worst to the best or anything like that, because they're all very, very different YouTube channels. So I'm just going to rattle them off, right? They're all great in their individual way. And of course, there's going to be links to their channels here in the description of the video, which I really hope that you go and check out after this video. Now guys, before I start this video, I have a bit of a challenge. Now, if you are an aviation YouTuber out there and you happen to be on my list of preferred aviation YouTubers, then I hereby challenge you to do a similar video where you tell us about your favorite aviation YouTubers or other YouTubers. It's up to you. Because we're getting into the dark month now, and I want to spread a little bit of love to the other YouTube society, but I also want to give some great tips to our viewers about channels that they should be viewing that they maybe haven't seen yet. Because when one aviation YouTube channel is doing great, then so are all the others. All right? There's no competition here. The more people get into aviation and learn more about aviation, the better it is for everyone that's involved. So that's the challenge. Do it now, and I'm looking forward to see what you guys come up with. So the first channel that I want to tell you about is Mikey McBrien. Now, you might recognize Mikey. He's been on quite a few documentaries on Discovery Channel, like Plane Savers, for example, and Ice Pilots. And Mikey is the only one on this list who's actually not a pilot. He works with restoring and operating these fantastic old aircraft out of his airline that they're running, Buffalo Airways. So if you love watching older aircrafts like DC-3s, for example, or aircraft being turned from almost scrap state to flying state, and doing so with a lot of humor, a lot of warmth, and a lot of great personalities around him, then I highly recommend you to check out Mikey McBrien. All right, it's a really, really great channel if you want to get into good mood and also see some fantastic old aircraft. So check it out. The second channel that I want to mention is Dutch Pilot Girl. Now, Dutch Pilot Girl is run by a fellow 737 pilot called Michelle, and she is basically running a channel that's very similar to mine when it comes to content, but it is from her experience as being a 737 first officer, having moved around to different airlines, for example, and she tells the story about how she became a pilot, what kind of struggles she went through when she did her training to become a pilot, and a lot of different good educational content. All right. Michelle is a good friend of mine. She has been a guest on some of my live streams here on the channel, and she's just a very, very, once again, warm and giving personality. So I think that she has a real knack for making interesting aviation content. So by all means, head over to Dutch Pilot Girl and check out her videos. It's well worth the look. All right, so the next channel on my list is CW Lemoyne. CW is a airline pilot. He is an author of the Spectre series, which is kind of spy aviation novel type books. And he's also a fighter pilot, and that's the main reason that I keep watching his channel. Because whenever I have a question about what fighter pilots do, how fighter pilot thinks, how it works around operating fighter jets, for example, then I head over to his channel. Now, another thing that I really love with his channel is that he is very interactive with the followers to the channel. So he answers a lot of questions, he reads a lot of fan mail, and he does a lot of reactions to questions and things that's happening. So, you know, if you're interested in, remember, for example, the leaked footage of fighter pilots seeing UFOs. He did a video on that where he explained all of the things that you can see inside of the, you know, the FLIR cam. So anything that has to do with fast jets, with military jets, then I highly recommend you to check out CW. He has some really good content. Alright, so the next channel is a channel that I have mentioned quite a few times on my YouTube channel, actually. It is Steve from Flight Shops, and this guy creates some seriously impressive material. He has a background in TV production, and you can really tell because of the sheer volume of quality content that he creates. Okay, he basically is documenting his own story as he moves through learning different parts of the general aviation world, be it flying tail draggers or floats or aerobatics, and he always does it with a view to try to improve, and he always shares his passion for constantly trying to improve. And it's a really, really good message. If you are on your way through your flight training right now, or you're just a general aviation pilot, then I highly recommend you to check out his videos, because he always brings up, you know, the kind of attitude that you need towards your flying to continue to become better, to become safer as a pilot. And he does so with serious TV production quality to what he does. So if you haven't already checked out Flight Shops, then I highly recommend that you go and do so now. Okay, so the next channel that I want to promote is another friend of mine, which is 74 Gear. Now, 74 Gear is being presented by a 747 pilot called Kelsey. Kelsey has been a guest here on my sofa in my house here in Girona, and he just creates very, very entertaining and fun aviation content that still will teach you stuff, all right? It is very, very hard to be as naturally funny as Kelsey is, and I love watching his content, to be honest. Anything from, for example, his viral debriefs, where he looks at some famous YouTube videos and he debriefs it from an aviation perspective, to his series about Hollywood versus reality, where he looks at Hollywood movies and, you know, tells you about whether or not something is more or less realistic. It is just really fun and entertaining content that's constantly coming out of Kelsey's channel. And of course, he's also a fellow ginger, which just makes it even better. So go check out 74 Gear if you haven't already. It's great. And the last of my 6 favorite aviation channels is the Blanco Lyrio channel. Now, Blanco Lyrio is headed up by Juan Brown. Juan he's really, really good when it comes to commenting and getting the facts out of breaking aviation news. So whenever something happens, if there's an incident or accident happening, or if a final report has been released and you're interested in knowing the facts, getting kind of the gist of what's going on quickly, well, then head over to the Blanco Lyrio channel. I personally do that as well. It's not the most cinematographic channel, like he's not using so much fancy editing or graphics, but he gets the job done with his pure aviation knowledge, all right? He's a 777 pilot himself, and he just finds, he kind of goes through and sifts through things like really boring congressional hearings, for example, and finds the most interesting and important bits, and he tells them to you straight. So the Blanco Lyrio channel is definitely a channel that I keep watching, especially after something has happened, and I'm betting that once you've checked it out, you will too, all right? Juan has been another guest. Basically all of the channels that I have mentioned so far has been guests on my live streams that I hope that you're following on Sundays when I do them. But something that they all have in common is that these channels are full with incredible personalities. They are warm, they give from themselves, and they have a lot of knowledge about what they're talking about. And that's exactly what I wanted to give to you guys. Just like I am trying to kind of give from my experience as an airline pilot, so does all of these fantastic creators. And I know that there are thousands of other great aviation creators out there. I would love for you to list your favorites below in the comments. Maybe there's something that I've missed here, but these ones, they, from a personality point of view, from a knowledge point of view, from just an entertainment point of view, they're really, really great channels. So without further ado, I hope, by the way, that you have already subscribed to my channel and you've left a like on this video. Now go and share your love for aviation with these channels as well. And remember guys, if you're watching this and you were mentioned in this video, then I want to see another video from you listing your favorite YouTubers out there. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're interested in some merch that I've created, Boeing, Airbus, some other fun merch as well, then go and check out my Teespring store, okay? I'm gonna link to it up here. And of course, if you're buying from there, you're also supporting my channel and the work that I do. But until Friday, when there will be a new, quite technical video this time actually, with some stuff that I think you're going to be surprised about. Well, then that, have an absolutely fantastic week, and I'll see you Friday. Bye-bye. Right guys, I really hope that you liked that. If you want more content like that, more aviation content, well then, check this out. I hope that you have subscribed to the channel and that you've highlighted the little notification bell. See you inside of the Mentor Aviation app and have an absolutely fantastic day. Bye-bye.